Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Expanded Empires. It's your host, Aaron, here. Thank you for coming back for a second watch. I did catch some of your feedback, and I've tried to make a few adjustments and to make it a bit better. And obviously, if you've got anything else to suggest as we go through, please let me know. Also, please take a look at the rest of the 6++ network. We obviously have the podcasts that come out every week, hosted by Tom. Then you've got Bug Watch with It's Swizzly. And also we've got a new one that's just started with Tom again called the List Doctor. So please take a look at them. And if you've got the time, please like, comment, subscribe. It all helps us get it out to more people and just help grow our little fledgling network. So yeah, thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get on to the first list from the week just gone. And it is none other than Thomas Ogden. And he was at Stud or Snotling in Canada, and it had 133 players, and it was over 6 rounds. Now, Thomas done exceptionally well. He went 6-0, ended up ranking second just on battle points. Very strong-looking list, and some of the pieces in it that we obviously spoke about last week. But obviously, to start off, he's got Amber, the special character for Tau Sept, which allows you to have 3 different invocations. Which is pretty handy, and also is not too shabby if he gets attacked with the 2 ethereal guards. And then, as you can see, we've seen a shift towards this, whereas I've been preferring the Cold Star battlesuit with the Precision of the Hunter. I'm starting to see a lot more Commanders and Crisis battlesuits having it, and I'm guessing that's because of their ability to take cyclic Iron Blasters. And as Thomas has done with this one, it's got 2 cyclics, it's got a missile pod, and then it's got the special flamer for combat. Also using the solid image projection unit, so 4-up in bun and ignore the first failed save. We've then got Commander Shadow Sun and also Long Strike. And moving on from that into the elites, we've got the big Crisis Bomb of 5, all with Burst, Cyclic, and Plasma. And then they've got 2 Marker Drones, 3 Shield Drones, and then you've also got a unit of 3 Crisis just with Burst, Cyclic, and Plasma. Now, what I'm seeing lacking here, which I've struggled with a bit, so possibly it could be to do with the meta they're going into, but there's only, 5 marker drones in this entire list, which can be a bit worrying if they get chipped off, etc. And obviously, as we've spoken before, the 3 Riptides in the list don't benefit from that unless, obviously, they can line those up. But I'm wondering if potentially the Stud or Snotling meta had quite a lot of units with Fly, which obviously the velocity tracker helps out with the Riptides getting the +1 to hit from that. Now, that this is a very short, solid, sharp list, and it was very, very strong, very, very neat. All the bits know what they're doing, and with having the 1 big unit of Crisis and the 3 Riptides, you're able to obviously shoot and fade with 4 units, allowing you to play a very passive game of not having to stick your neck out and obviously just take anything off the board that they show to you. And obviously, it worked exceptionally well with Thomas, and congratulations to him. Very unlucky on just missing out on the first place by a few battle points, but yes, absolutely brilliant overall. Our second list of the episode is Sam Lazarus, Crick at Beachhead Brawl. It was in the UK. It had 133 players over 6 rounds as well. Now, again, Sam went for Tau, and Tau seems to be the stronger set going into this at the moment from the results that I've seen. Overall, I do think Tau seems to be on a bit of a downer at the moment as it's trying to find its place. It'll be interesting to see how strong it ends up being in this new Arcs of Omen. So Sam took Commander Shadowson, and I have to admit, Sam, you're a baller. This is brilliant. Just Commander Shadow Sun on their own, 5 CP to start with, and then the 2 big Crisis Bombs in the elites. One with triple cyclic ions, just so many shots from that. That's awesome. And then second one with cyclic plasma and shield generator. Okay, they're 2 pretty good units there. Then you got the Ghost Kills as well with the Fusion Collider, but the big one here we can't hide from it is the Lord of War sitting there, the Tawanar Supremacy Armor, 1,000 points of battle suit in 1 unit. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take one before. Wonderful. I imagine like a lot of people had no idea what to do with that when it turned up, and helped allow some of the other units to move around and get their angles. But yeah, that the amount of output that thing has, and it just must have terrified people. And yeah, well done on going 4-2 and ranking 37th there, Sam. It's so cool to see just some of these rare models actually get to see the light of day on some competitive lists and them actually do well. So yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Now, because it's a bit of a shorter week, there wasn't too many events going on last week, and the upcoming week we're only just going to do 2 again for the looking back on and 2 ahead. So moving on to the 2 going into the upcoming weekend, the 2 that I like the look of. First, we've got Sam Perrin, who's at the Proving Grounds in the UK. It's a 36-player 3-round event. Sam has taken the ball concept, which obviously has the ability to identify a gun on a unit, normally a Riptide, and they can ignore all inbuns on that weapon. So Sam has chosen to go for Commander in Cold Star Battlesuit with the Secret Perfection, which gives the additional -1 on a couple of his weapons in AP. Burst Cannon, which has been upgraded to the Advanced Burst Cannon, a High Outburst Cannon, Missile Pod and a Plasma Rifle, and then the Solid Image Projection Unit. Really nice, solid, flexible, and maneuverable unit here. Really good for taking out chaff, but has the ability, just with those extra pips of AP from Secret Perfection, to get those mass shots into units of Space Marines, things like that, and really sort of take them down more than you'd expect. We've then got the Commander and Enforcer. This one's got the precision of the Hunter. Now, this one's got a fragmentation projector, which is not something we see very often. And then the Cyclic Iron Blaster and the Nova Surge Plasma Rifle, and then a normal Plasma Rifle. The Nova Surge doesn't allow you to take any inbuns against it. So that's quite a spicy one for maybe just taking out some units that have got the inbun, like Custodians, things like that, just help like take the shine off of them. Also, probably I think Borkan's probably a reasonably good option at the moment if there's a lot of inbuns flying around. Then we've also got the Ethereal with Sense of Stone and Wisdom of the Guides for the extra CP and the Fire but Feel No Pain. Exemplary the Cone to ensure that redeploy if required to help you put stage aggressively at the start. And if you don't get first turn, obviously move a couple of those units back out of harm's way. Then we've got 1 solo troop of breaches, and then 2 3-man units of Crisis Battlesuits. First one's with Burst, Cyclic, and Plasma. All got shield generators, and the second with Fusion, and then double Flamer and shield generators. Again, what we're seeing a bit of a lack of here, but it's going to get picked up hopefully by the Pathfinder team, is the obviously lack of marker lights. So it's all going to come down to that, as I said, in the fast attack with the Pathfinder team there, allowing those was it 7 marker lights in the team to jump out for a CP, hop away again, and get those lights on everyone. Because with only the 1 unit doing it and the lack of other angles for anything to come through, I would potentially, again, as I always seem to say, like I played a couple of games today, and I did struggle with having a limited number of marker drones and them just happening to get sniped off early on in the game. And it really made me struggle to do the right amount of output to affect the game later on. Only being able to hit on 4s, it really noticed that 1 extra difference and the percentages going down. Now, after the fast attack, we've got in heavy support 2 Hammerhead gunships and 2 Riptides, followed up by a Devilfish dedicated transport. Presuming the breaches will go in there, but obviously you can also put the Pathfinders in for a little hop out and protect them early doors. But yeah, we see like the Hammerheads here, they haven't been upgraded with the accelerated burst cannons, but one of them does have a Seeker missile. And then the 2 Riptides have gone for, what we got, smart missile systems on one, plasmas on the other, and then one's got the heavy burst and the other's got the ion accelerator. I do like the heavy burst cannon, especially in a Space Marine meta, though I think personally I prefer moving to 1 heavy burst when you're using 3 Riptides, just because with the amount of tanks it feels like there might be out there, and the amount of armor with guard and iron hands, etc. I think you potentially want the 2 iron accelerators first. Again, they've got the velocity tracker, multi-tracker, and target locks, so a nice bit of anti-infantry there as well with the multi-trackers to get the extra hits if required. but it looks like a nice solid list. And I'd like to, if anyone that's watching is playing Borkham, please let me know how you feel it's going, because it's definitely a set that I've been interested in trying out and haven't quite got round to yet. Now, finally, we've saved the piece de la resistance for the final one. There is a hero in Western Australia called Sebastian Zalek, who's playing a GT Series Dawn of War. It's a 48-player event, 5 rounds, and this mad lad has gone and taken heavy support as his compulsory type, and that's all he's got. He's just got 6 heavy support units and then 2 characters. So he's going in with a commander in Coldslaw, battlesuit with Precision of the Hunter, 2 fusion blasters, high output burst cannon, and then the special flamer, a couple of shield drones with him, and then he's got long strike with a seeker missile and the accelerated burst cannons, and then it just goes mad. We've got 2 units of 3 broadsides, all with heavy rail rifles, and then there's 1 unit that's got plasmas, and then there's 2 units that got smart missile systems. They're all decked out with drones, each with 6. One's a 6 shield, then the other 2 are 2 markers and 4 shields each. And then finishing off the list, you've got 3 hammerheads, all with accelerated burst cannons. I mean, this is awesome. Either it's going to absolutely blow people off the table, or it's going to have a bit of an issue. It seems like a very entertaining list. I do wonder, obviously, how it's going to hold the primary, but I suppose the idea is you just turn up, blow them off the board, and score it in the later turns. Sebastian, I tip my hat to you. This is an amazing list, and I'm really intrigued to see how this turns out. I will try and look this one up for next week's show and see how it goes. But yeah, that's all the lists we've seen today. Like, there's some really good showing from Tau overall. We've got obviously the 6-0 from Thomas, and then another 4-2 from Beachhead. But overall, I have noticed the amount of Tau being taken from the lists that I'm looking through, etc. There isn't actually that many, and then a lot of the ones that are being taken aren't performing that well. So it'd be interesting to gather a bit more data over the next sort of month or so and see how much of a potential negative impact Arcs of Omen's actually had on Tau without us realising, because I think a lot of us thought going in they were going to be very strong, but I do think potentially the fact that they suffer with scoring the primary and they don't have the best secondaries, and then we're seeing a potential increase in armor and shooting, which is potentially better than theirs in the Iron Hands and Guard, and then also we're seeing like some improvements of some very other maneuverable armies like the Grey Knights. So I think it's a bit of a trying time for Tau at the moment, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can find the right list to work through it. But congratulations to our leading scorers this week, and obviously good luck to the list that we've picked out for this week upcoming. And thank you everyone again for watching. And as I say again, please take the time to like, subscribe, and check out the other videos we've got on the channel. But thank you very much everyone, and have a good evening.